Last month, Netflix released what I think is its greatest show that it's ever made, Arcane. It has a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, was top 2 in viewership for most of November in most regions, yet many articles are being released calling it a financial failure because developer Riot Games put over $250 million toward it over the course of 3 years of development. Let's take a look, though, at why this framing is flawed and what this means for both TV and video game productions moving forward. Arcane is a story about two sisters on opposite sides of a civil war, and these two sisters are characters in the video game League of Legends, made by Riot Games. Now, League of Legends doesn't have a story mode. It's an online-only multiplayer game that's been around for over a decade. It's free to play, so Arcane isn't going to be selling $70 games off the shelves, so a game like this needs to be monetized by other ways, like selling skins, which is already very successful with $31 per second of skins being sold every day for League of Legends. People are calling Arcane a failure because it didn't give a meaningful increase to either the player base or the number of skins being sold, but there's so many other factors that have benefited from the release of Arcane for Riot Games, especially after only a month of the show being active. Let's take a look at what the founder of Riot Games actually said about the success of the show and how they're actually measuring success on their end. One of the founders of Riot Games gave an incredible response on Reddit to the criticism. "We did not make Arcane in order to sell skins in League of Legends. We sell skins in League of Legends in order to make things like Arcane." Now, even if you see Arcane as just one giant advertisement for League of Legends and Riot Games, there are multiple ways to measure the success of an advertisement, sales being one of them, but another is the impact on brand. And something like Arcane and a response like this completely transforms the perception of both League of Legends and Riot Games from just a game that's going to be filled with a bunch of screaming, aggressive people online to a series that can be heavily emotional and animated beautifully with tons of great music in it, something entirely different than just an online multiplayer game that opens up the League of Legends brand to many people who would never even think to play the game itself. And responses like this really paint Riot Games in a good light as a developer, as a studio that cares about artistic integrity rather than just chasing the next buck and trying to make a profit, even at the expense of quality. So in the future, when Riot Games eventually releases a movie into theaters, you know that it's going to be quality and something worth seeing, unlike something by Sony Pictures, who just said that they think Madam Web was actually a really good movie and it's the fans who are wrong.